Legends. They inspire us. Some of the greatest legends of our time would include Tom Hanks, Elon Musk, John Wayne, and Scooby-Doo. But the greatest legend of all is a simple man taking it easy in the Mojave. Can you beat Fallout New Vegas as Easy Pete? There's a very simple process to becoming the legendary Easy Pete. I'll guide you through my 5-step plan. 1. Commit identity theft. 2. Get plastic surgery. 3. Stuff dynamite down Easy Pete's pants. 4. Loot the corpse you just made. And 5. Become Easy Pete. It's just that simple. Now, I should probably take a moment to talk about what it means to beat the game as Easy Pete. This will differ from my previous challenge runs in that it's more of a roleplay run than a one-weapon only challenge. I can only use the items that Easy Pete had on him when I killed him. I can only wear the Cattleman cowboy hat and the field hand outfit for armor, and when it comes to weapons, I can only use dynamite and a .357 Magnum revolver. The revolver actually shocked me. I went into this fully expecting this to be a TNT only playthrough with a Easy Pete skin. But that opened up a whole new world of murder for me. By now, I've defended my hometown from the Powder Gangers and headed down towards Primm. I promptly ignored Primm because my videos are just getting a little too repetitive. My booty got handed to me real good by the jackets near Nipton. Apparently, cloth isn't a very effective material for stopping bullets. I tried recruiting some ants to my cause, but my low charisma level became evident when they lost interest in me. After dealing with those guys, I arrived at Nipton. The town was a real mess. I helped to burn some litter and spoke with the man in charge. And for the first time in recorded history, I didn't kill Vulpes. My current goal was to find a good source of TNT. Though I had my .357, I didn't want to rely too heavily on that for this playthrough. Cliff disappointed me with his TNT selection though, so that meant it's time to wander. I helped the McBrides with their chupacabra problem and exploded a bunch of vipers. I was hoping that some of them might have TNT on their persons, but was sorely disappointed. As I was walking around, I went third person to get some nice filler shots for the video, but I ran face first into a rock and somehow glitched inside. I tried to quick save, quick load out of there, but it didn't work. After fending off a gecko, it became apparent to me that time travel was my only option. I continued to wander around and came across a Legion encampment. Even though I had every intention of making it my personal mission to eradicate the Powder Gangers later on, I freed the prisoners. This, however, left my TNT supply exhausted. And in case you're wondering, the long fuse TNT is the absolute worst.
You serious?
It gives so much time, your opponent could travel to Timbuktu and back before exploding, making it a pretty lousy way to kill someone. I was forced here to start using my Magnum, which I had been saving as my backup. As I said, I initially thought this was going to be a TNT only run, so I'd been avoiding using it, but desperate times call for desperate measures. When all was said and done, I went back to Chet to see if he had any more dynamite for sale. He didn't. With no other options in sight, I started my long trek to the Gunrunners. A few things happened on the way. I instigated a fight between the Legion assassins that were on my tail and the NCR at Helios, chickened out of that lucky old son because turrets are scary for an old man like me, and I accidentally got everyone at the Grab and Gulp murdered. Finally, the Gunrunners, the Mojave's one-stop shop for all your murdering needs. They have everything from switchblades to mini nukes. Except dynamite. Absolutely none whatsoever. Oh, and spoiler, they never carried it the entire run. I began to make my rounds to all the vendors since, the Gunrunners didn't have squat. Johnson Nash had a few sticks, which was nice. I played with a convict while I was at it. I shot out both his kneecaps and chased him all around the town. The poor soul begged for his life, but I wasn't feeling very merciful. I napped between the corpses and moseyed up the road to harvest some more Powder Gangers. Then, off in the distance, something caught my eye. A glimmer of hope, a bastion of explosives, a henhouse waiting patiently for a fox to come ravage it. It called out to me like a Starbucks. The new California Republic Correctional Facility, or NICRC for short, was just waiting for a new paint job. I hear red is all the rage. Most Powder Gangers will go down with about 2 sticks of TNT, but only half of them really carried any. So the law of diminishing returns demanded that I switched my .357. I kept making my way through the compound, killing all who would dare oppose the great Easy Pete. My gun got banished to the Shadow Realm momentarily, and one of the powder gangers exploded so hard my game crashed. Any and his gang were a toughie. The sheer number of people shooting me with bullets was a little more than I could handle. Fortunately, I remembered that I had a stealth boy. I sneakily snuck a stick of TNT down Eddie's pants. I kept doing this until my stealth boy ran out, and by then there were only a few remaining, so it was pretty easy pickings. As I continued my war against the powder gangers, I took a nap in a camper. Malcolm Holmes tried to interrupt me, but got himself stuck good. After laughing at his misfortune, I waited a while to see if anything would happen.
You frickin' loser.
Hello there.
Oh.
It's good to see a friendly face. I almost took you for a raider, I did.
The man legit jump scared me. No one gets away with that. This is Fallout, not FNAF. I killed him twice as recompense. After fixing Snuffle's leg, I returned to the Viper's encampment for unknown reasons. As I checked their empty bodies for TNT, Todd Howard began raising them back to life as punishment for impersonating a legend. I skedaddled out of there and picked up Veronica, which I might add doesn't feel the challenge. As I said, it's a roleplay challenge. I think an old-timer like Easy Pete would jump at the chance of having a hot chick running around with him. But if you disagree, feel free to leave a dislike. I made my way back to Helios, where I gave myself some permanent eye damage, did a little work for the Van Graps for some easy caps, swatted a few bugs, traded in Veronica for a better model, tried hard to kill these mercs, but it didn't go too well, rescued a lost beagle, and found an even better traveling companion, though she did have some personal issues that needed handling. Fortunately for her, Easy Pete is an expert in explosive personality disorder. I helped her cope with the loss of her caravan in the best way possible. With Cass's rage satisfied, I kitted her out with some sick weapons and armor. Yeah, I may have overdone it. Satisfied with the progress I've made thus far, in other words, I've got enough content and can finish this run now, I persuaded Swing to let me kill Benny. But it had to be in Benny's bedroom. I had this grand idea in my head that I could take out Benny and all his bodyguards with bats and that it would look awesome. Killing him alone in his room just seemed lame in comparison. So I time traveled again and chose violence. I died. Tried again with more success, though I never did get my epic kill on Benny. I spoke to Yes Man, let Mr. House pay me the big bucks, and then killed him. Easy Pete doesn't take too kindly to the government moving in on the little guy, so it's an independent, easygoing New Vegas for me. I began feeling a little guilty about Cass's OP gear, so I put her guns on timeout. Then I plugged Yes Man into Mr. House's corpse, and upgraded my army right under Caesar's nose while his back was turned. Went on a little rampage afterwards to collect some more dynamite, and began meeting all the factions. The White Gloves were the first to go. No cannibals on my watch. I made my way to the Brotherhood, and for some reason, didn't kill them all like normal. In fact, I decided right then and there to complete the entire Brotherhood questline. I think I was hoping they might be able to sell me TNT later, but I can't really remember anymore. So, I looted their fallen brothers just like they wanted me to, and this led me to the Boomers. I met Pearl, killed Pearl, and then tracked down and killed the rest of their leaderships for kicks and giggles. Only one group of weirdo shut-ins gets my support. Then I moved up from sanctioned grave robber to certified snitch. As I was collecting the deets from the Brotherhood spies, I freed some slaves. It just seemed like the right thing to do. Then they wanted me to fix their AC. That bunch of pansies. I once went a whole summer in South Carolina without an AC. They'll survive. Besides, I'm getting tired of this quest anyways. I met the Khans and gave Papa a present. Got a sweet kill on Regis, then fled the scene of the crime. On my way back, I took the heads of the fiends to mount on my wall. I told Yes Man to screw over everyone in my general vicinity and started the Battle of Hoover Dam. I wanted to conserve my dynamite for the Legate, so I stuck with my Magnum for the majority of the battle. By now, most enemies will go down with a few shots, assuming I actually hit them. I fought my way through the dam, hit the switch, ran outside, and my game crashed. Again. But Todd smiled on me and let me resume right where I left off, so no progress was lost this time. I began to clear out the Legate's camp, which wasn't anything too difficult. Before confronting the Legate himself, I gave Cass all her OP gear back because why not? I told him I wanted to throw down and he was on me faster than a fat kid on a Twinkie. Cass went down real quick, which, considering how I kitted her out beforehand to the point of cheesing this run, was pretty disappointing. Then he came after me. I learned the hard way that an old man with a dream is easily curb stomped by the beast of the East. On my second try, I did things the easy peasy way by yelling, 1v1 me bro, just him and me. And Cass, taking pot shots. Totally fair duel, don't think about it. I employed the age-old tactic of running backwards while chucking dynamite at my feet. Then I backed myself into a spot the legate refused to pursue me for either sanitary or religious reasons. I didn't have a chance to ask him which. But he's smarter than he looks. He faked his own death. I say that because I got a level up screen in the middle of the fight. Since you can't level up during combat, I thought I got an insanely lucky crit or something and killed him. Then I fell on my face and he revealed himself. Cass did her job of meat shield very well this time around. I guess I can forgive her for her failure earlier. Lanius went kaboom and the day was won for Easy Pete. I went to go tell Oliver to screw himself. I have never been so quickly and utterly annihilated in my life. That sent me back to before I killed the legate, so I had to do it all over again. Things seemed to be a bit more difficult this time around. I got that cursed level up screen and honored my foe with an ancient ritual. I played it safe by ducking behind Cass, and then watched the end screen in third person. And I beat Fallout New Vegas as Easy Pete. Thanks for watching! If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Sub if you don't want to miss out on any future content. I'm sure that your time is best spent watching my dumb videos. And I appreciate it, really, I do. I mean that. Anyways, hope you have a good rest of your day. Yeah, that's about it. I don't have anything else for you. I'm bad at outros, sorry. Captain out. Oh my goodness, I made big dumb